Hey yo, what's the deal? You know who it is. It's the Don. Yeah, Tony Teflon. Yeah, House Teflon. We pull the strings. Yeah. And this is a Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode 5. First of his name. Review, recap. What can I say? You know, this is the reason why this show bugs me sometimes. And people bug me sometimes. Because when you build a momentum and you have such a great episode like you did last week, just to really, and to me, straight up shit the bed on this episode. Shit the fucking bed. I gave the last episode, I think an 8, maybe 8.7, around there. 8.5. The ones before then was like 7.5. I think the other one, the Jets one, was just last week, was 8.5. This gets a 6. I could give it a 5 and say it's just a run-of-the-mill episode. I only give it 1 6 because it revealed a couple of things and stuff like that. But, no, I mean, and I'm going to tell you right now, when I hear them say that they want to go 8 seasons with this show, after seeing that episode, it can't do 8 seasons. I could see 7 the most in this show. I think that if they went beyond, I think it could jump the shark in the 6th season. And I don't know, maybe y'all too young to understand what jumping the shark means, but it's actually a reference to when Fonzie from Happy Days went to Hawaii and jumped over a shark pit in a leather jacket and shorts. Yes, and that means that the show is over. So I could see it going that route back, you know, in a couple of years. Unfortunately, I really do, because I love the books. And sometimes books, like a lot of this episode, if it was in the book, it's readable, but it just doesn't look good on the screen. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of this episode was. So I'm going to try to do the best I can. I could probably just say, listen, bye right now, and I'd be happy with that. But since you people subscribe to me, and I love you guys for doing that, I got to try to give you an honest assessment of this thing. So basically, at King's Landing, there's a new king, Tommen. And you just see people bending the knee to Tommen and stuff like that. And what you take from this is basically Cersei talking to Tywin first, saying that they're broke, basically, that they got no new money coming in at all for a long time, which is, I don't even know about that. I don't even what to say about that. The Lannisters are broke. That's just like, you know, the Baratheons can't fight. You know, it's just, well, so they're broke and stuff like that, so they need the Tyrell alliance, which leads Cersei to go and buddy up to Marjorie, and Marjorie trying to play cards. Like, I haven't really thought of it. Yeah, bitch, come on. You know, you thought of it, you fingered yourself to it. Oh, listen, I'm sorry. It's early, and I should not be talking like that. I'm sorry, especially now that I have 23% female viewers. Is going up, so I'm sorry, ladies. I gotta calm my potty mouth down. That was terrible. I should never have said that. But anyway, yeah, she's trying to play the game like she ain't down with it, but we know she is, and everything else. And it's just, you know, so it's basically what you get here is Cersei talking to Tywin, then you get Cersei talking to her, then you get Cersei talking to Oberyn, and probably the most, you know, realest moment that Cersei ever had in the show. You know, talking to Oberyn, saying that she wishes that her hopes that her daughter's safe and it's under the boat and yada yada, and he's saying this, oh, she's playing the water guard. You know, I guess that's it. I got nothing else to say about that scene. I really got nothing to say. Alright, so I will go to the next thing that is of any importance here, I guess, is Sansa. Alright, so the best part about this whole thing was, it's 2 things that were good about this whole episode too. And the first one was the way they showed the veil. When you see the veil from the distance and you see the bloody gate and you see it, that looked gorgeous. Alright, that was great. They're showing that. So now you got Littlefinger, and basically now you know who pulls the strings of Westeros, why this whole shit started, why everything went down. Littlefinger had Lysa Arryn kill her husband. She convinced Sir Hugh to put the poison inside the husband's wine. Sir Hugh did. That's why you've seen Sir Hugh got that new armor when he was at the tourney before he was killed by the mountain and stuff like that. So you see that it was him, and then he had her write the letter to Catelyn. So Littlefinger's behind this whole thing all along. He's the one who started this whole process, the whole thing in progress. It's all about him. He did it. So that's good to know, you know what I mean? And that's the best revealing thing that they did. Now, if you really want to know anything about Littlefinger, I did a video on Littlefinger. I think it's pretty well in depth, probably the most in depth Littlefinger video on the web. And it's pretty long, about 40 minutes, and it's on my page. And it's so if you're worried about spoilers and stuff like that, to tell you the truth, not too much goes down at this point from Sansa and Littlefinger that would be so crazy that, oh my god, I can't believe it. So you could watch that review and still be fine with it and stuff like that going forward and stuff like that for this story, because a lot of stuff that has to do with Sansa, in all honesty, hasn't been written in the books yet. So that's it. It sounds so basically. Like, then you see how crazy this chick is. You know what I mean? And she's over here talking about, oh, I'm gonna scream so loud when I get a hold of you, Peter. I guess, Big Dick Baelish, baby, doing his thing up there. You know what I mean? And that lady is not that bad. Look, I think they make her look bad, worse than she actually is and stuff like that. But she really isn't that bad. Look, with that whole screaming shit. Funny story reminded me of, like, back in the day when I was, like, I don't know, 14. That's way back. I came and visited my older brother and stuff up here in upstate New York. This is when I was still living in Queens. I just came up and visited. And out there, he was, I don't know, I think he was 20 at the time, something like that, around there. Whatever he was older than me. Had his own place and stuff like that. And it was all, great to go see your older brother with his own place. So I go up in there when he's got this girl. So he got this girl, he spent the night. And I'm in there, and my friend Gary came up with me. And he's up there, and we're standing there. And I swear to you, I heard noise come out of this room that I've never heard then, and I still have never heard since the noises this girl was making. As, like, if you ever seen Porky's and remember Lassie, that's an older movie, if you took that and times that by 15, that would be a quarter of what the noise this chick was fucking making. And we all know these chicks, they like to make these noises sometimes because, I don't know, I think it makes us feel good. But in all honesty, if you're faking on a dude, I think that's probably the worst thing that can happen to a dude, is to realize he's been baked on and stuff like that. It's probably the most embarrassing thing that can happen, except for guys who I guess think they have a big dick and realize they don't. I guess that would be embarrassing for some of y'all out there too. Anyway, besides that, yeah, but it was funny about this chick was just outrageous with her fucking noise to my brother. This crazy. So the next day, I go outside and this fucking next neighbor lives across the fucking street, comes over and he's like, yo, did you hear that shit last night? And I was like, hear what? He's like, somebody was doing some serious fucking. That's all I know. Serious. I was like, okay, buddy. Jesus Christ. So that reminded me of that fucking scene. I regret. So, yeah, basically, so that's how you have it. So you could see she's jealous of Sansa. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. And that's going to be really Sansa's threat. But as we could see, Sansa, every time you see her, she learns a little bit more of the game. And that's basically what it is. I'm not going to go into. It's funny because when you look into the episode guide at the end of the show, they try to give you a recap. Excuse me. Excuse me. They try to give you a recap. That recap was like 3 minutes long. So that shows you how important this episode was to the creators of the episode, right? Next thing you got, which Arya and the Hound on the road. Best part about this is just seeing Arya going through her sword dance emotions, and you actually see she's pretty good at what she was doing. She wasn't good before, but now she's pretty good. Tries to stab the Hound up, but a little needle can't get through armor. She gets smacked in the face. But he's on the list to die. So that's that. So then we go down to the wall. All right, beyond the wall, basically, and Jon and everything else. So the guy again playing this guy, the crazy dude. I keep forgetting his name. I know his name. Him and Locke. Both of those characters would have been better Ramsay Snows than the guy playing Ramsay Snow. Just for sure presence on the screen. This other guy doesn't have that crazy I'm scared of you presence. Other two dudes, you'd be scared of those guys, regardless of their size. It's just their presence. And that's all I say about that. I know a lot of girls, oh, he's good looking, man. He's so good looking at him. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if he's good looking to y'all. You're looking at me, goddamn it, shit. Look at this. Anyway, no, I just don't like. I think he's a good actor, but he's just not right for the role to me. So you go down there. Obviously, Bran did not run into Jon. He does not run into him in the books. Same exact thing, basically. Almost that happened at the Night Fort. Happened here. They just did it. I guess they just don't got nothing to do, so they just say, "Oh, we did it at the Night Fort. We let him walk into the ghost and kill him. Let's let him walk into Hodor and kill this dude." And I thought that was a whack way for a good actor, good character to die. I mean, getting your neck snapped by Hodor. I understand. Yes, that's a cool way to die, but it's whack. Kind of like when Anakin Skywalker died to Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is the worst thing I ever seen in my life. What the dude try to jump over top of him? He got cut in half because he tried to leap over top of him. Come on, stupid. Had the guy go through some big sword fight maneuvers and Obi-Wan just get the upper hand on him and yeah, you know what I mean? Something like that. Kind of like when Omar got killed in the fucking Wire. If you watch that, by some fucking 2-year-old fucking boy shoot him in. It's just stupid to me. So, you get that, you get Ghost goes out and kills the one guy, and then Jon Snow again, you get into the big knife battle with this dude. And once again, as I always said, Jon Snow cannot fucking fight. If he's fighting people who don't have any skill, he beats the shit out of them, like all the people in the Night's Watch. But anybody who has any form of training, any form of skill, kicks his ass every time. Go look at it. Every time out, you tell me whose ass Jon's kicked besides that had any skill in battle. One person. One person. He gets his ass kicked every time, Jon Snow. That's why it's hard for me to... That's my review of this fucking video. This video gets, what's it get? It gets a fucking 6, alright? I'm going to be nice because I love this show. And I'm going to tell you what... That's why it's hard for me to say, like, oh, this is not this show. Now, Rome, one of the greatest series of all time, was only out for 2 years. You can't find a bad episode in those 2 years. Then you're going to say, oh, it's only 2 years, you can find a bad... Listen, do you see this right here? You watch this and watch this. And you tell me one bad episode where you're bored and say that episode was shit. One time. I could tell you at least 5, 6 episodes of Game of Thrones that is shit. You know what I mean? It just dragged too much. I love the show, I do, but I know you gotta build. But I'm sick of the fucking building. You have enough source material where you could put a better episode out there. Just like I said before, the whole Yonto story. You didn't build it up. They didn't build it up good enough. You could have got rid of every scene of Raj in King Landing and gave that to Sir Danto, someone who's actually in the books, instead of giving it to a character who is not in the books, and fleshed out that whole story and had a much better show. And if you were going to change shit, I could have changed shit much better and made that a much better thing, if you know what I mean. But, I don't know. Hopefully we get it done better next week. But since this is so short, for all you people that this here for my for that Game of Thrones review, thank you very much. Thank you for subscribing. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends to do it. Hit me up. I'm the Don Tony Teflon. Yeah, I'm out. Next thing, for like 5 minutes, I'm gonna do some spoily stuff right now, and I'm gonna get back on my my Breaker of Lies right now, because I just heard a couple of goddamn theories that are just disgusting, and I just remember, this is spoiler. So if you haven't read the books, it's like I said, I'll see you next week. Alright, for all you people, real quick, this is going to be like 5 minutes of my Breaker of Lies. And because some people are just ridiculous, alright? And it makes me laugh. Like, I come up with stuff and I think of things, but they have some type of merit in the book, or something that makes you think that it's plausible to happen. Breaker of Lies, Tony Teflon the Don is here to break some of these disgusting lines. Here is the first theory that someone has came up with. Jon Snow the father is Howland Reed and his mother is Lyanna Stark. Really? What the why? Why? What the Howland Reed is Jon Snow's father? Really? And Lyanna Stark? Why would they be hiding? For what reason? Why would they hide that fact? That is just one of the most outrageous things I have to say. And to break up lies to that theories, I must say this. Better luck next time, son, because that was... I would read. All right. I've heard this next one right now. King Robert's head is under Sir Robert Strong's helmet. Now, people, I mean, I just don't know what would possess you. Are you fucking high, Mike? Are you fucking high? I mean, what makes you think that Robert Baratheon's head is on? I mean, when they described the guy's visor, they said there's nothing but black blood underneath it. So there's no head underneath it. Let alone Robert Baratheon's head, man. Come on, man. I mean, you gotta, if you're gonna make something up, if you're gonna say something, please say something that means, that could at least get me thinking, even if it's wrong, or because everyone's probably wrong in the end. But even if it's wrong, get someone thinking on something that could be right. So is King Robert's head underneath Robert Strong's helmet? To that I say, no, fool. Oh my God, how can someone just say something like that? That's unbelievable. Alright. I hate my computer sometimes. I do. Because it just does not know when to stop. Alright, let me... I do. I hate this fucking computer sometimes. Holy shit. Oh, yeah. Alright, here's a theory that I heard. Jaime and Cersei are King Aerys' children. Yes, they are. Now, I heard someone try to shoot my theory down when I said that, saying that because in the chapter it says, in Jaime's fever dream, it says, your true lord, I have said this, it says, do you really know your true lord father, truly? And they say, well, he's the king. I've never heard of the king being referred to as a lord. Well, if you just watched last night's episode, the one that I'm reviewing right here, then you would hear them say when they declared Tommen the king, the Lord of the Seven Kingdoms. So yes, they do refer to the king as a lord in that. So my theory still stands. And I believe that Aerys is their father. So whoever came up with that or thought about that, you're right. Yes, sir. I have to agree with you on that one. Alright, let's see if there's another one. Here we go. Patchface is the real Aegon. I mean, I can't tell you that he is or he isn't, but I'm gonna say he isn't. And I don't know how anything you could say in the book would make you believe that he is Aegon. So, to that theory, sir, better luck next time. Oh my God. This is just ridiculous, some people are. But it's all good fun. I hope everyone knows. I'm not teasing you. I'm not like that. I'm just going through a couple. Some of them are just ridiculous. I have no choice. Alright. Brienne is the Night's Queen. And Stannis is the Night's King. Sansa will take over the Seven Kingdoms and rule Westeros with Brianna as her lover. You fucking... I'm not even doing any more after that one. Because that one is... What has ever that you have gotten from these books, person who said that? that makes you think Sansa's a lesbian, Brienne's a lesbian. Anything? They've always been interested in men the whole story. So that's that. This, how she could be the Night's Queen, what makes you think? The Night's Queen was described as beautiful. She's described as ugly. The Night's Queen is described as so beautiful that when she seduced this guy, that he had no choice but to take her, and then when he had sex with her, he gave her his soul. Stannis, obviously you've seen the Night's King episode before, so we know Stannis is not the Night's King. So stop hating on Stannis, trying to make your own fantasies that you probably did stuff to yourself for are reality, because they're not. That is just probably the most ridiculous one of them all. So to that, my lady, because there was a lady who said that, I must give you this. Twice. 3 times. Because that's probably the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm going to end this right here, man. I hope you had fun looking at my second breaker and change thing and stuff like that. And thank you for the people who tried to quash my theories and unsuccessfully. So I appreciate that, because, you know, I'm the Don, baby. And, you know, if I say it, this is what it be, man. So, yo, I'm getting new subscribers every week, which is really good. It's funny to me. Like, I'm over here saying stuff like, oh, I'm so happy I'm getting 200 subscribers. And I see people up there, I'm about to get my 200,000. So I'm very happy to have the subscribers I have and stuff like that. So please tell your friends, share my stuff on Twitter, thumbs up me, 1+ it, and everything else you can do. Put my stuff on Facebook and everything else. You have any questions, put in the comments. I answer them all back. Everyone knows that. This is how I get D. I'm the Don, baby. This is what I do. You know what I mean? So, yo, I'm going to do another video because this one was so, you know, wasn't so great and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do a full break of live something. I'll go back to the prophecies things, and maybe I can do like 6, 7 of prophecies in one video and get them right out there and stuff like that. Because a couple of them really fast. So, yo, as always, this is the Don. Cheer! Tony Teflon, House Teflon. Cheer! Breaker of chains, exposer of lies, and the man who pulls the strings. Cheer! People's champ. Peace. And I'm out.